I'll take a minute today to explain 3 things that I've done to try to improve the growth in my orchard. Around all of my fruit trees that I've planted, I'm cutting down all the competition, and that's to direct all the nutrients around here into the fruit tree instead of into other things. It seems to be helping propagate wild hazelnut, blueberry, raspberry, and grasses around the area as I cut things down. So I'm also seemingly propagating more wild edibles in cutting down other competitive plants. The second thing I'm going to do today is on the recommendation of my friend Sarah, shout out to you, thank you very much. I'm going to put some railroad ties at the base of my trees, and that's to add iron into the soil down here, because I'm not sure what's causing the slow growth in my trees. It could be the clay soil that I have here, but just in case there's any kind of an iron deficiency, I've found these railroad spikes, and I'm just going to go back maybe 12 inches from the base of my trees so as not to disrupt their roots and not to put it too close to them. And as those break down over time, they'll rust and release iron into the soil around here. It doesn't appear that my trees are iron deficient because I don't see too many yellow leaves. There's a couple right there, but typically iron's used to produce chlorophyll, and if you're not getting enough in your trees, your tree leaves are going to go yellowish and they'll start to show green veins as well. But anyway, anything I can do to try to help these along, I'll try. And that seems to be an anecdotal thing with the iron, but you know, we'll give it a shot and see how it does over the next year or so. And then the final thing that I'm doing is adding more mulch. As I cut birch trees around the area, poplar trees, and a few maples, I'm ending up with leaf material like this. I was stripping it all off of the tree limbs, but that gets too time consuming. And so now I'm just dicing them up and putting them here. Besides that, the sticks themselves will produce nutrient over time as that breaks down. And so I'm going to go around and ring all of my fruit trees with another layer of leaves to break down and feed nutrients into the soil. As I expand my orchard, I'm going along the periphery and taking these trees out of the way, and then I'm just coming with my cutters and chopping them down and throwing that down around my trees. Now, my understanding is you don't want to pile your mulch too high, but a few inches of this material shouldn't hurt at all. It should be a good help to feed nutrients in. It also helps mitigate rain. We've been having sometimes really heavy rains this summer. Nova Scotia had some really bad flooding, and we seem to be getting a lot of thunder showers. And so as the rain comes down, it hits these leaves and it tends to slow it down as it seeps into the ground. And then also this helps to keep moisture in the ground. Anything you can throw down for mulch will help underneath it retain the moisture, because the sun's not just baking the soil. So we're going to go through this pile here, and then when I'm done, I'll just remove the woody material that's left over like this, and the woody material goes on my fence to try to prevent deer, moose, or bear from coming out here and doing any damage in my orchard. So everything has a use on this property. It's my philosophy when I do my forestry work, as well as when I work down here on my orchard. I try to take everything that nature provides and find some kind of purpose for it. Hopefully this is going to help my fruit trees to grow a little bit better. I'm finding a lot of wild edibles down here, and between those and what I've planted, I hope over time I'm going to have a lot of food provided off of this little area.